blasted things thought they could feed on me. Control me? Me! Though, not gonna lie, it's a good thing you showed up when you did, stranger. You're a curious piece of meat, aren't you? Guess I owe you one now. That's a good question, isn't it, stranger? I know what they weren't. For one, they weren't supposed to be coming out of the eggs, yet here they are. More and more of them every day. At this point, the whole bloody ulcerate must be infected. Do I bloody look like a learned man to you? I don't know. And those scaly wastes of space who are supposed to guard the eggs don't know either. They think they're so smart because they can string a sentence together, but in the end, nothing comes of it. Useless, the lot of them. Because they're dumb as rocks, driven by nothing but instinct. And I'm the biggest, tastiest morsel in this whole place. If they'd brought me down, they'd have a proper feast on my carcass. They wish my skin's tough enough that they'd have starved before they tasted my flesh. Am I now? I'll need to have a word with Josephus then. Find out where he got the idea that he can order me around. Though I suppose it must be the same place he got the idea to wake up Leah. The endless pit of stupidity and self-importance where his brain should be. Truth be told, I don't care either way. I've been bored as shit these past few hundred years, and Leah is entertaining. And by that, I mean stark raving mad. We always got along, Leah and I. We understood each other. But that was before Nimue had to put him down, for his own good and for everyone else's. I didn't say that, but my main concern is, and always will be, the ulcerate. I can't be worrying about Lear running wild, losing what's left of his mind, and this bloody infestation all at once. So, here's my deal. You find out what's happening here, help me fix it, and I'll play your song. Start with the dormitory and the refectory, then go as deep as you need to until this blight is eradicated. Good. You do that, and then may the Lord have mercy on all of us.
Outlander. Abyssodontist himself must have sent you to me. We need to talk. Privately, and right away if possible. Yes, I'm so terrified, I feel like I'm about to die. Thank you for giving me a moment of your time. Trust me, I'd bow down to you and invite you over for a round of faceted shells. But I'm out of time, and my head is on the line. Like it or not, you're the only one I can turn to. If anyone else learns what happened, I'll end up in a geyser, doomed to boil forever. It's about an egg. A priceless egg from our collection. One of them has disappeared. I have no idea who'd be so bold to commit such a theft, but it's true. The egg is gone. Thankfully, it wasn't one of the creator's eggs. Abyssodontist must have been watching over those. But it's still a priceless egg from the collection of reef-bound scientists, raised to help Sarras grow and gather knowledge in the future. This kind of reef-bound is the future of our community. The first of us who may one day have intellect equal to that of the ancient crewmen. Oh, I do. Their disgusting bodies are already boiling in the geyser, watched by the ever-vigilant Thalrin. The problem is, they insist they're innocent, despite the overwhelming evidence against them. I still don't know where the egg is. I'm already getting odd looks for leaving this place so often. The slime of the Scourge of the Seas. It was definitely the slime of the Scourge of the Seas. It can't be mistaken for any other substance. They tend to grow lesser organisms on their bodies. I spent half a day cleaning that disgusting residue off my bedding. And wouldn't you know it? Depthgore's gang are all scourges, and we've long suspected them of thieving and smuggling. It's obvious they're responsible for stealing the egg. Thalrin can be very principled. If you don't give him a good reason for speaking with the prisoners, he might not let you near them. And since this whole business with the missing eggs needs to stay between us, telling him the truth is out of the question. I did hear, however, that he has a weakness for rum from the surface. If you don't have any on you, check the chests on the sunken ships. We've got a lot of those down here. Come back with the egg, my dear. Come back with the egg. And don't forget that my life is in your hands. Hurry, please. Take this key. It's your fastest way out. I'm counting on you.
Well, look who the tide dragged in. I'd always known I'd end up at the bottom of the sea one day. Just never thought it would be this way. Instead of being fish food, I'm basically a fish lord. This place is tough, and it suits me. Though I do miss sailing. Oh, I've gone as stale as a forgotten hardtack. He sank my ship, the bastard. But he was clever enough not to sink me. I hated him back then. Thought I'd never stop. He took my ship, my men, and my freedom. I wasn't made to serve, but it turned out servitude wasn't what he wanted from me. He needed someone to keep things in order. So his ship became mine, and so did his men. In the end, he never gave me an order I didn't want to follow. Just one. Make sure they obey. At sea, discipline is everything. Every so often, you get some fool who thinks he's too big for his britches. That's how you know you slipped up. Gave them time to think. And thinking's where the trouble starts. They're not meant to think. They're meant to listen and do as they're told. The only thing they ought to be wondering is how long they can hold their breath while being keel-hauled for running their mouths when they shouldn't. The ulcerate is what it is. There's not much more to it than what you see. Endless rows of eggs and countless spawns of the Lord of the Seas. All for me to look after. Well, then you haven't met my mother. May the gods rest her soul, and the soil quench her anger. This place requires a heavy hand. Thankfully, that's one of the things I inherited from her. That, and my pretty eyes. Keeping the eggs warm so they hatch. Making sure what comes out doesn't die on the spot. And then comes the delightful task of raising them. Making sure they don't grow up weak. With the scions, it's easy. They have an innate craving for domination. But even that needs to be reined in sometimes. Reefbounds are smart, sometimes too smart for their own good. Out in the world, too much thinking can get you killed. And finbleds are, well, you learn to live with them. The world out there's cold and uncaring, even more so than the one we grew up in. Only the strong survive. Charity and empathy are luxuries, not instincts. To everyone out there, you're just a meal waiting to happen. And you can't let that happen. Neither can they. They are the children of the terror of the seas. They need to live up to their heritage. Of course not. I appoint carers to help me around the ulcerate. After all, it's only natural that older siblings should look after the younger, isn't it? I chose those who show the most promise. Those who understand why they went through all those hardships. They don't know familiar love the way we do, so at least there's no risk of spoiling the little ones rotten. You solve the problem? Aha! Finally, some peace and quiet here. Though not for long, I suppose. Now tell me, what had the gall to corrupt my ulcerate? Oh, blast it! Looks like it was my own negligence that caused it. Oh, for this place. Won't let you put your guard down for even a moment. You did good, stranger. I promised you the melody, so meet me at the organ. And may the Lord of the Seas have mercy on you, because Leah sure won't.
Ah, Top, don't tell me you've caught the mythical golden floatling. Actually, a bit better. Especially now that my stomach stopped hurting. I've thought about it, and you're right. I'll find a way to leave Sarras. There's a whole wide ocean to see, and it expects nothing of me. Maybe I'll find my purpose out there, maybe I won't. But at least no one will judge me for it. What? You really are a marvel, aren't you? I'm glad I met you. The way you exist in Sarras, the way you change it, I see now how foolish I was to worry about not being like everyone else. Honestly, they should worry they aren't more like me. Anyway, enough of that. Tell me all about the golden floatling. Huh, so it was useful after all. That's good. Oh, thank you for telling me. Because of you, I've learned there's far more to Sarras than I ever imagined. Other reefbounds chase surface knowledge, while we know next to nothing about our own home. Here, take this. As the only true explorer of Sarras, it belongs to you. Now, go with the current, Toplander. Or against it, whichever you prefer.
Welcome to my home. What can I do for you today? Oh, no, please. I didn't mean to do anything wrong. I've been taking good care of it, and Breath already has so many eggs to look after. It's just one egg. It might not even hatch. That happens sometimes, but it means so much to me. Please, don't take it away, Toplander. You don't understand, Toplander. This isn't living. I'm despised, mocked, beaten for no reason. But if I raise a child, it can protect me. And if nothing powerful hatches, then we'll leave. But at least we'll have each other. I won't give up my future without a fight. Not for the life of some pompous reefbound.
Don't delay in bringing me the egg. I'd rather not face difficult questions. Oh, my little egg! I've been so worried. The bad people didn't hurt you, did they? Where did you find it? Did you bring justice to the thieves? Ah, so it was Saltjaw. I should have known that scum was behind it. He's been pestering me for years, begging for an egg. Even ones with tadpoles that showed no promise. He's got it into his head that he'd be a father. Can you believe that? A scourge of the seas, a father. I didn't laugh in his face only because I despise him too much. But I'll admit he fooled me. I thought he was too stupid for such a bold theft, so I never even suspected him. Ah, well, at least the matter is settled and the egg is safe with me again. Here is the reward I promised.
ready to get this over with. I have to get back to my duties. You wouldn't believe the bloody carnage a few scions can wreak if they're left unattended. Why, excuse you, I used to be the best musician among sailors and the best sailor among musicians. I've always had a knack for instruments. I even knew how to play the harp. I like to think it was because my mother went off with some bard. Not that she ever told me. All I ever heard about my father was that he was good for nothing, so he may as well have been a bard. Live as long as I have, and there's not much left to fear. I survived my ship going down. Twice. I'll survive whatever you end up unleashing. Or not. The future will happen the way it wants, no matter what you plan. Oh, he's a big, vicious bastard who hates having his time wasted. You can count on one hand the folk who don't annoy him on sight, so prepare for the worst. He fights to kill, and he fights dirty. Do what you must to stay alive. That's all I've got for you. I went where Leah went. I was sworn to him. Although, I suppose he would have let me go if I'd asked. I didn't. Truth is, I wanted to sail the homeland seas again. Go back to that vastness. On Avalon, we had to hug the shore. I missed being alone with the sea. Stop dithering and let's get on with it.
What is it you seek, child of the surface? I prefer for us to begin our performance soon. The longer you linger in Sarras, the stronger your presence disturbs my archive, and they will start to react to it. Of course I do. I am the keeper of the archive for a reason. But it's something I could tell you even without that knowledge, because I know the one you are about to face. You will meet Captain Lear, and if fortune favors you, perhaps even Lady Nimue. Although I wouldn't count on that. Their fates are bound together. If you disturb that balance, things will change. And you already know how I feel about change. Because their minds never reach beyond Sarras itself. Mine does. It spans the entire depths. To me, Sarras is simply a harbor. A quiet place from which I may fulfill my duties. So I'm not keen on change. Although I sense that change has already begun. And I suspect it will be you who decides how far it goes. He's an exceptional warrior and fiercely protective of Lady Nimue. I know you've seen much already, but the captain, well, he's something else entirely. Lady Nimue made him fall asleep when his mind began to drift into dangerous waters, and the power he held threatened all life in Sarras. And now you mean to wake him up? If he refuses to let you pass, and I expect he will, you'd best be prepared for a fight. Perhaps the hardest one you'll ever face. What should happen? It will remain in one form or another. Down here, life adapts far better than it ever could on the surface. Whatever comes, its people will endure. So, I suggest you waste no more time. Go to Lear and Nimue. No matter what you decide, the change has already begun. I only wish to return to my work. Let us begin the performance, shall we? It's not the first purge the village beneath my archive has endured. By my count, this was the 14th Tumbo I've known. In the end, there is always someone who, in their pursuit of knowledge, concludes that the only way to obtain it is to slaughter those who possess it. A false assumption, of course, yet one that repeats itself unfailingly. I don't trouble myself over it. In time, Tambo will be repopulated by those drawn here by the knowledge stored within my archive. What happens to Tambo surprises no one. All who choose to live there know the risks. I'd like to begin, finish, and then return to my duties.
Welcome, child of the surface. Everyone is ready to play, thanks to you. But tell me, are you ready? From where you're headed, there is no return. You will go back to the surface, and we will face the consequences of what is decided in Lady Nimue's chamber. The melody of the organ will resonate through all of Sarras, carrying the promise of change. Its sound will awaken our captain, Lear, the one charged with Lady Nimue's protection, the one who calls to you, and to him within you. Of course, child of the surface, I knew it was you. And you, King Arthur. You who, believing you doomed us, became the reason this realm was born. You who granted us both the grace and the curse of eternal life. All of this is your doing, Arthur. You will learn in time. Perhaps we'll meet again. And when we do, I'll have your answer. But that depends on the choice you make in Lady Nimue's chamber. I would not presume to guess at Lady Nimue's intentions, but I believe you will find the answers you seek, if you are willing to ask them yourself. This is why I gathered the remaining organists. I can't tell you more than what you'll learn from Apps and Ercol. I served under him when he was still in his prime, but I wasn't there for his downfall. All I know is that little remains of the Captain Lear I once knew. Nothing human, at least. One way or another, you'll have to face him. It's the only path to Lady Nimue's chamber. Excellent. Gather, my brothers. It is time to awaken our captain. This sound. Sarras has not heard it since the day it was born. It will be glorious. I believe in you, child of the surface. You bring change, and I have waited so many years for it.
Go on then. I'll watch you leave.
Traitor, it was your command that doomed us to this fate. You were supposed to let us go. A traitor shielding another traitor. What difference does it make who gave the order? And what kind of king is he, who knows not what his servants do? I can feel that traitor's stench upon you. And by the almighty Lord of the Seas, I swear, this day you both shall die. I despise your pity. I care nothing for what Merlin desired. If the will of the Lord of the Seas had bound us, I would hate him too. But I know this. Of all the great figures in Sarras history, he alone wished us well. Gladly I offer your souls to the glory of the Lord, and your flesh to the dwellers of this realm. No one is permitted to enter Lady Nimue's chambers. I swore to guard her, and I shall keep that oath. Know this, I command the full might of Sarras.
I've been wondering when you'd find your way here. Your presence has rippled through all of Sarras. Wave after wave after wave. It reminds me of something. Someone. From a long time ago. I know all the comings and goings of Sarras. I am in every part of these depths, swimming with the floatlings in the Orcerid, gathering knowledge with the villagers of Tumbo, watching over Lear in his slumber, gazing into the endless dark of the sea. Tell me, what do you think of my little domain? Do you like it? That I'm not glad to hear. Sarras has never known a war like the one that raged on the surface. But I often wonder if my scars run too deep. If my memory of it has infected this place somehow. It was never a burden I meant to share, and yet, it seems I have. Ever since I was sealed here, yes. I couldn't say how long it's been. Tell me, does the war still rage on? 600 years? Huh. It feels twice as long, to be honest. Still, if you're here, I suppose we won. Though I shudder to imagine the cost. At least the new children of Avalon don't have to live in fear. Tell me, how is life on the surface now? That brings me no joy. Although I must admit that I feel a touch vindicated. I always believed nothing good would come from staying on Avalon. Not after what Merlin and Arthur did to tame the island. To meddle with the laws of nature. There were bound to be consequences. Our ancestors should never have left the homelands. Every time I raised it, Red Death was the phrase they used to silence me. And now, it's here anyway. How bitterly ironic. My troubled youth, you mean? And what? Are you wondering if I regret it now? If I feel I'm paying for my stubbornness, my arrogance, getting drunk on my own power? I'm afraid the truth is less dramatic. I was tired. I'd lost hope. And I wanted no part in Merlin and Arthur's vile practices. They stole our future before our lives even had a chance to begin. At least his betrayal gave me time to rest and to build something of my own. Something better than what we left on the surface. Save me? What do you mean? And because of that, he... Am I supposed to be grateful? Thank the great Merlin, wherever he is, for bestowing this honor on us. What kind of logic drove him to that? Everyone died anyway. Just because they didn't rest in peace doesn't mean they're living. I don't understand. If he knew that would happen, why didn't he tell me? That I can believe. Merlin never had qualms about doing terrible things for the people he loved. I prayed he would spare me that fate, spare me the consequences of his love. That's why I tried so hard to be strong, stronger even than him. It was one of the reasons I wanted to run. All my life, I lost and lost and lost. It never ended. I was used to it. But I never wanted him to lose even more of himself because of me. Gods, I'm tired of this argument, even after all these years. Merlin said I was too young, that I didn't know the world. And he was right. Of course I didn't. How could I? My world was burning, and I had no hope it would ever stop. I'd had enough suffering, and he wanted me to add to it by lending my power to his abhorrent ideas. He didn't care about the future, only about finding a way to win the war. Did he succeed in the long run? Or has history proven that I was right all along? Aren't you here because the world is on the brink of collapse? It's easy to judge with hindsight. I had no such luxury. History does love its circles, I see. Far be it from me to begrudge anyone wanting to leave these miserable shores, but you do know the fleet is bound to me, don't you? You're asking for my life, and for Sarras to fall. It was. The circumstances are different now. What happens on the surface matters little to me. I have my own domain to tend to. You don't pull your punches, do you? What I want doesn't really matter here. Sarras is bigger than me. But if you truly wish to know, I do not desire death. I'm at peace here already. Yet, I wouldn't mind it either. As you said, I've been alive for a long time. If it were only about me, I wouldn't care either way. But it isn't. Perhaps. Yet this is their home. We are intertwined. Do you think Tumbo's thirst for knowledge came merely from proximity to the archive? Or that the creatures of the Ulcerate feel the need to prove themselves only because of their father? I am them, and they are me. They will survive, most of them, but they will be untethered. No, you don't. No one truly understands the consequences of their actions until they come back to haunt them. And they will, year after year. And I doubt you'll have hundreds of years to lay them to rest. You'll do what you want. I can't stop you. Perhaps your conscience will, if you have one.
You had the cheek to disturb my lady. But you see, she cannot leave this place. No. She must remain in the depths. Worry not, my beloved. No one will trouble us anymore. With you, I shall drown forever. I protect.
Being set free into the vast sea was, at first, not easy for the denizens of Sarras. They struggled in a space that lacked the structure and order once kept by Nimue and the first crew. In time, however, they grew used to their newfound freedom and spread far and wide, slowly forgetting the place of their origin.
Yes, since she was a little girl. Merlin took her in after she lost her parents. He told me she had immense potential, even at a very young age. She learned quickly, so Merlin always kept her close. Even when she barely reached my knee, I had the feeling she didn't like me. Do you seek absolution from me, or condemnation? I will give you neither, my friend. If Sarras taught me one thing, it is that we cannot foresee the full consequences of our choices. When I told Merlin to sink the fleet, I never imagined an entire realm would rise from it. Now it is gone, and the fleet is free once more. But what happens after is out of your hands. What's done is done. The only thing we can do is move forward. I think she blamed me for Merlin's descent into increasingly questionable methods.
She idolized him and, like any daughter, wanted him to be without fault. It was easier to blame my influence than face the fact that Merlin had never been who she believed him to be. What else could I have done? She ignited a rebellion against her king, and in a time of war. Treason remains treason. The sentence would have been the same. I decided against a public execution, not only to keep her from becoming a martyr, but because I would not force my friend to watch me set a blade to the neck of the girl he called his daughter. Yes, sailing for the homelands was madness. On that I will not waver. Yet the urge was born from her hatred of Avalon, what it took from her and what it was becoming. She judged that the foundations we were laying were rotten. And after all I have seen, I must admit she may not have been entirely wrong.
You doing okay?